Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. I welcome you guys to the webinar today, and we are at the top of the hour, and it's insane. We are probably about a minute away from maxing out the lines, which is exciting because last time we did this, the same thing happened. So you guys, it's been over a year, so you guys must be excited to see what's been happening new inside of Funnel Scripts and what is about and how your lives are going to get changed. Let me make sure my screen is showing right here before we get started. So I want to make sure if you guys can all hear me, please come into the message box and say, Russell, I can hear you. All right, you guys can hear us. Very, very cool. Next, I want to make sure Jim Edwards is on the line. Jim, are you here as well?
Yeah, I'm here.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Woohoo!
I'm so excited. Jim and I have a chance to hang out with most of you guys every Friday on funnelfridays.com and just showing off funnel scripts. And it's been a year since we've done an official organized webinar like this to show you guys all the new stuff and help you understand the power of funnel scripts and what it's going to do to completely transform your business. And I'm curious, Jim, are you as excited as I am right now?
I am more excited than you are right now because I've been up longer than you have, and I've had more coffee. So yeah, I'm excited. This is cool because we're going to show you guys some really neat new stuff, and we got a preview of the new wizard script engines and the new wizards and the scripts and all that good stuff. So I mean, you guys are in for a show.
That's crazy. And we just got the notification from GoToWebinar. The webinar has officially reached 1,001 attendees and nobody else is being allowed in. So
They're
congratulations.
locked out.
You guys are here. You made it. Everybody else is locked out. So anybody else, like, do not hang up because you will lose your spot and you will not be able to get back in. So
I think somebody's selling spots on eBay right now for $5 a throw. So
that's a pretty good deal, actually.
right.
Very cool. So we're going to be sharing a bunch of stuff with you guys today. I want to make sure all of you guys are commenting here in the question box. We'll be watching that, and it makes it a lot more fun for us as we're going through this. But during this training class, we are going to show you guys how to get all your sales letters, your scripts, your webinar slides written in under 10 minutes without having to hire expensive copywriters. And the coolest thing is this works even if you hate writing and you never want to know anything about copywriting. And Jim, we're actually going to be, how many scripts are you going to be demoing today live with everybody?
You're gonna kill me, but I've got like 8 of them ready to show.
Oh man. All right, well that's awesome. So for those of you guys who are already existing Funnel Scripts members, all the new stuff we're gonna be showing you guys is already in your account, and so you don't have to worry about anything. For those who are new, I'm excited 'cause you're gonna see this whole thing. At the end of it, we're gonna make a really special offer where you can get your, an account to Funnel Scripts at an insanely low price. But for right now, we're just gonna kind of walk you guys through everything. So Jim, are you cool if I kind of jump in the initial slides and we jump right into this?
Please do.
All right. Well, I'm going to start right away then. So the first thing I want to talk about is this is the late Gary Halbert. He was one of my early mentors in this marketing business. And I actually had a chance to interview him once before he passed away, which was one of the coolest things ever. And I just recently found that interview. So it's been fun. I've been actually geeking out on Gary Halbert again recently and going through all his trainings. And this is something he said once that had a huge, profound impact on me. He said, you are just one sales letter away from being rich. Now, if you were at the Funnel Hacking Live event, you know that I took this concept and we kind of molded it into what became like the theme of the event, which is that you're one funnel away. But initially it came from Gary Halbert. He said, you're one sales letter away from being rich. And when the first time I heard this was probably, I don't know, 10 or 11 years ago now. I didn't really know what that meant. I was like, okay, like, what does that mean? And it didn't really make sense to me. And during my business, I started doing a lot of different things. I was trying to learn online marketing and I was trying to learn how to sell things, and like there's all these pieces, right, that go into it. And I remember as I was doing it, one of the hardest things for me was this piece right here, which was writing the copy. And I remember I wanted to, in fact, I wanted to hire someone because I was like, well, that's something I don't want to do. Like that sounds really hard and complicated. So I tried to hire some copywriters, and I'll show you some examples of stuff that I've paid for copywriting in the past. But I remember I was looking at a bunch of people, and there was a guy that I was following at the time. He's a super cool guy. His name's Joe Vitale, Mr. Fire. And I went to his website. He was a copywriter. You could hire him. And I went to like Hire Joe tab, and I clicked on it. And on the link there was like the fees. And I remember that his sales letter was like the price for a sales letter was like $8 per word. Is what it said there. I was like, $8 a word? Like, does that include the little words like and the and things like that, or just like the big ones? And I was trying to do the math. I was like looking at other people's sales letters, and I was like, if you do the math, that's like $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a sales letter. And I was like, oh crap, I can't afford that. So then I tried to hire some other people, and it didn't work. And eventually, I was like, I have to learn this skill. And so, and for years, I started trying to learn how to write copy. And for anyone who's ever done that process, you know that it can be kind of hard. And throughout my career, I've I've written copy, I've hired people for copy, a bunch of stuff. But this statement right here from Gary Halbert, the first time I really got it was probably, I think it was about 7 years ago now. And my business at the time was struggling. I had built up my company. I had over 100 employees at the time, and the whole thing had collapsed. I almost went through bankruptcy, and it was like we were at the end of it. And I was like, I need to create something. And I remember at the time, I didn't know what to do, and I found this guy who was a copywriter, and he basically, I was like, I have an idea for a product, but I need someone to write a sales letter, and he told me the price, and it was insane, but I was like, I have to, like, it was kind of like the last ditch effort, like my Hail Mary pass. So I wired him a whole bunch of money, and he wrote me this sales letter, and this is what it looked like right here. It's these pages. It was a long form sales letter. And that's all the pages of it here. I took that, and at the time, I owed the IRS about $250,000. I was in debt another all of a sudden over $500,000 in debts and fees and things that I owed. And this sales letter, we launched it, and within 90 days of it going live, we made over $1 million. We paid off the IRS, we paid off our debts, and we were free. And we had money now to figure out what we wanted to do when we grew up. And I remember after that this sales letter worked, I remember thinking, I was like, man, Gary Halbert was right. Like, I was literally one sales letter away from being rich. Like, it was one letter that transformed everything. And I want you guys to understand that. Like, if you have a funnel right now that's doing okay or that's failing or whatever that might be, like, the sales letter, the copy, the words on the page, that's the key to really take your business, your product, whatever it is, and get it to go live. And so during this presentation, we're going to show you a bunch of cool things. So we're going to show you how to get, again, all your sales letters, your scripts, your webinar slides written in under 10 minutes without hiring any expensive copywriters like I had to do so many times. And the 3 secrets. Secret number 1, I want you guys to understand the reason why your funnel isn't converting is your copy. I can't tell you how many people are in our consulting programs and coaching programs and events that are like, my funnel's not working, like what's wrong? And they're trying to figure out like how to tweak their pages and like, maybe I need to have an upsell here instead of a downsell. I'm like, no, like the problem isn't like the funnel structure, like your structure is right. The problem is that the copy on your page isn't converting. Like the copy is the key. And you got to understand that. So we'll show you how I guess that. Number 2 is that you don't actually have to hire a world-class copywriter. And number 3, which is my favorite thing, is you don't have to actually become a world-class copywriter. And you understand that more, so kind of go through this. So again, secret number 1, the reason why your funnel isn't converting is your copy. Now, what is copy? For those who don't know, copy are all the words on the page. It's the headlines, it's the videos, it's the bullet points, the thing, everything on the page, that is the copy. On the upsell, same thing, the headlines, the video, like that is copy, okay? And it's one of those things that like, it seems so simple, but then when you try to write it, it's like, ugh. And then you write it and you put it out there, it doesn't work. Like the biggest thing most people don't understand is like changing the words, like the headlines, like just tweaking these words up here can give you 2, 3, 4, 500% difference in how many people give you money. Like it's insane. Like it is the most important part of the actual funnel is the copy. Okay. It's also the ads. It's also all the different ads, the headlines on the ads, the videos, the emails you send out. Like copy is in all these different pieces. In fact, there's not a single step in any of the funnels that doesn't involve copy. Like it's the number one thing. Would you agree, Jim? Is there any? Like it's pretty much the key.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing for people to do, because especially with ClickFunnels making all the mechanics so easy now, the big stumbling block is what do I put on the pages in order to get people to spend money with me and sign up to my list?
Yeah. So when you master that part of it, then it becomes really, really easy. So the only difference, like right now, I want you guys to understand the only difference between you being broke and your funnel making you rich is good copy. Like that's the key. So here's you right now. If your funnel's not working, when you understand and get good copy, that's the difference from going broke to being rich. Like that's it. That's the key. There's no other magic secret sauce. Like that's it. When you understand that, like, and I feel bad. Like it doesn't matter how good your product is. Like it matters how good the copy on your pages are. How many of you guys have people in your market and you know that your product, your content, your things are so much better than theirs, yet somehow they're making more money than you? How is that possible, right? It's because people don't buy based on how good the product is. People buy based on how good the copy on the page is at selling them the product. So you're doing your people a disservice if you've got an amazing product and the copy, it doesn't live up. If your copy's not converting people, it means your customers are buying things from other people that are inferior to what you can actually provide people. And that's what I always look at this like. I feel like the product and services I sell are the best in the world. And so like I owe it to my customers to have the best copy possible so I can convince them that they need to work with me and use my products as opposed to my competitors. Because otherwise, like I'm doing them a huge disservice. And so I want you guys to understand that it's not only like the difference in you being broke and you being rich, it's also the difference between you having the chance to serve your customers and them going to one of your competitors instead. And so for me, like this whole like business is competition for me. It's like I don't want them going to somebody else. I want them here because I know I can serve them at the highest level. And so the key though, again, the key, I hope reiterating this enough, the key is good copy. The problem though is
Can I add one? Can I add one thing to that slide
Yeah,
real
please
quick,
do.
Russell? One thing that people think also in this area also is that if they could just get more traffic, they would be able to get rich. And what happens is instead of working on their copy, working on their offer, they just start buying every traffic program they can get their hands on and start driving more traffic to something that sucks. And the reality is that if you have good copy, traffic will take care of itself.
Yeah.
You can run ads in places where other people can't afford to run ads. You can run more ads. Affiliates will seek you out. JV partners will come to you and say, hey, I love that offer. Can I push that for you? So the key is not more traffic. The key is better copy, because with better copy, traffic will take care of itself. Okay?
Yeah, have you ever heard that story? There's a guy, I'm going to mess up this analogy, but it fits in here, right? He was buying watermelons. He was filling up a truck full of watermelons, and he was buying them for like 50 cents, and he went to the store and he would sell them for 30 cents. And he kept doing that day in and day out. And he's like, man, like, I'm buying them for 50 cents, selling them for 30 cents. Like, no matter what I'm doing, I can't make more money. And the guy said, well, what do you think you should do? He's like, oh, I got to get a bigger truck. And it's like, no, like, it does not matter how big your truck is. The metrics don't work on that. More traffic is not going to solve your problem. But you're right, good copy, that's the key. So very cool. Now the problem though, and hopefully you guys all understand this now, the problem is that I'm guessing is you probably suck at copywriting because it's super, super, super hard. Like it is not just like a skill that you just pick up overnight. It's hard. And so what is the solution? Is the solution to go and hire a copywriter? Now in some cases it might be, but I want you guys to understand that, and as we transition now to secret number 2, is you don't have to hire a world-class copywriter. And the reason why is because good copy, especially the best, are expensive, really expensive. So I want to kind of put this in a paradigm. I want you guys to understand what that actually is. So here's a sales letter I paid for my supplement, and I paid $20,000 for the sales letter. Now, luckily, the sales letter converted awesome, and we made is crap ton of okay word to use on a webinar? We made a crap ton of money. Yeah, off this one. So it was a great investment. Now here's another one right here. This sales letter, I paid another $20,000 for. The problem is this sales letter didn't convert. And so it was literally like me taking $20,000 in $1 bills, stacking them up into a huge pile and lighting them on fire because it didn't work. Now guess what? Copywriters, you don't get a refund when their copy doesn't work. Like you eat it. And so I paid 20 grand for that one and made $0 back. This is another one. I spent 15K for this one, spent 15K for this one, 15K for this one, and 15K for this. Now, these are 5 letters I had written 2 years ago, all of them pre-funnel scripts because I don't actually pay for copy anymore. Before funnel scripts, I always paid a copywriter for copy. And these are examples of what I was paying literally every single time I was writing a sales letter. So that's kind of the alternative. If you want to hire a copywriter, like that's the fees. It's not something I'm making up like I can show you the wire money if you want to of each of these transactions for the sales letters. Some worked, some didn't, but it's kind of a crapshoot. Like you just cross your fingers and hope, and if it doesn't, then you lost the money. There's no getting back refunds on copywriting. So the next step is like, okay, well, if I can't afford 15K, maybe there's cheaper copywriters out there, right? And there's one of those things like, first I want to warn you, like, don't pay for cheap copy. Like you usually pay what you get for. But I was just curious, like if I was to go to Upwork, like can I hire copywriters there? And I started looking through, and I found a couple copywriters. So this one, her name's Karen King, and she charges $200 an hour, which may seem insane. I mean, it's probably what about a doctor charges, but like that's kind of the someone that's in there, $200 an hour. This one right here, Jason was at $120 an hour. Diane's at $100 an hour. Danny is $150 an hour. Joshua was at $250 an hour. So these are some copywriters you can find on Upwork that they weren't bad, but again, you're looking at like I would say probably B or C level copywriters. You're looking at $200 to $500 an hour is what you're gonna be paying for someone to write copy for you. And so that's kind of like the cheaper alternative, which for some of you guys is like still insanely expensive, right? So we understand like that's kind of the options that are out there from copywriting. Now, I want to step back a step and I want to kind of introduce how Jim and I became, I mean, we've been friends for a long time, but how we kind of started working together in this partnership with Funnel Script. So about 3 years ago, I started writing my book, .com Secrets. How many guys, by the way, I'm curious, jump over the question box. How many guys have read .com Secrets? I'm hoping we got a lot of you guys.
Me. I got it right here.
Okay, cool. Someone said I haven't finished it. You got to finish it. The best part's at the end. Anyway, so someone said 3 times. Thank you very much. Someone's waiting on the new books coming out soon. All right. So I wrote this book, but I spent a year of intense study to get the book written, right? So I was going crazy. This is a snapshot this is actually a wall we did for a video. It's not actual true, but we did do something kind of like, so I was studying and I was like, I had tables of like webinar scripts and sales scripts and upsells, and I was going through like a year of study, like what was making, like why did some of these sales letters work really good and why did some of them bomb, and what was the structure of upsells that work consistently across 30 different industries, what was this and what was that, and then from that, looking at all the patterns, and from the patterns I wrote out scripts and we put them inside the .com Secrets book. And that book, I'm super proud of it, still am. We've sold hundreds of thousands of copies of it. And one of the people that we sent a copy to before we launched it was my good friend, Jim Edwards. And he was one of the guys I was really nervous because I've always looked up to Jim. And I was like, what if he makes fun of my book or thinks it sucks? So I sent it to him. And then luckily for me, he messaged me back a little while later and said that he liked the book. You want to pick up kind of what happened after that? Because the next part became magic for everybody now.
Yeah, well, I got a copy of the book and I really, really loved it. And I sent Russell a message on Facebook. I said, hey, dude, this book's really, really good. And I got an idea that let's take all of the scripts in there and turn them into software that will help people to get the results with the book or with the things that you're doing in the book. Because as it stands right now in the book, it's still going to be kind of difficult for them. But I can set it up so that people can literally go to a form on the web, fill it out just like they would a contact form on any website that everybody knows how to do. They can whack a button and they can copy and paste the results, and they'll be able to get a 10 times better result 100 times faster than they can do trying on their own. And then I demoed it for Russell, and he was blown away. And then over the course of the next 12 months, we took all of those scripts plus a lot of other ones that we knew people would need, and that became funnel scripts.
Yeah.
So
it was amazing. When he first approached me, he was like, yeah, all these scripts, because these are some screenshots, you guys, of some of the scripts inside the book. He's like, I want to take all these and put them into Wizard, and we can type it in and it'll make these scripts. And I was like, I'm not, and I don't know if I ever told you this, like I was really skeptical, like, okay, like that sounds awesome, but like I've seen people, like there's other copywriting scripts I've seen out there that traditionally put out really bad copy, and I was like, I'm like, well, go for it, do one and we'll see. And then he did one and I was like, oh dang, that turned out really good. And then he went through the entire book. And you spent over a year going through the book and going through this process of like figuring out how to make them so they match it so they're good, and like what's come out. And those of you guys who use funnel scripts know how amazing it has become. And so all the scripts in the .com Secrets books are in there, and as well as a bunch of other ones as well that we'll kind of get into here in a second. All right, so what is the solution? Is that for you guys to all become good copywriters? No. The solution is that, secret number 3 is you don't have to become a world-class copywriter because of what Jim has kind of created here. So he took the .com Secrets book, and there's pictures of both of us. That's kind of fun. I forgot we had that one here and here.
yeah, I still look like that.
You're probably sitting in that same room right now. That's awesome.
I am.
So we took all the scripts right there. Plus, he didn't just do it for the scripts in the book. He was like, what are all the places inside of a funnel you need copy? And he's like, okay, we need email follow-ups, we need ad scripts, we need subject lines, we need the emails for tweets and teasers, and like all of these scripts he started creating so that every script and every page of every one funnels you have, that there's a script that kind of touches that. Because like I said, when you're doing your funnel, like every page, every email, every text, like every single thing, the ad, like there's copy at every single step. And so we didn't want to leave you kind of hanging. So he went through and built scripts for all of those things. And it's become legitimately pretty amazing. So anyway, so I just can't even, I'm so excited to show you guys this stuff. So what I'm gonna do right now, we have a special guest on the line with us today. And her name is Liz Benny. And before I bring her on, I just want to introduce you. Some of you guys know Liz. So Liz has been a member of my inner circle now for a couple of years, and it's been so fun to watch her. She came in and she had an idea. And she wanted to change the world. If you get to know Liz, she's got a huge thinker. And the first thing she did, she created a webinar. And she went through this perfect webinar process that we kind of did. And she wrote her own webinar, spent a lot of time, and she launched it. And in the first year of her business, did over $1 million in sales with this webinar. And since then, she's gone and done a whole bunch of other webinars. And just had tons of success in tons of different businesses. And she's one of the coolest people I know. And so when we were doing this webinar, I was like, I know Liz has been working. She does so many webinars by hand and so many of this stuff she's been doing. And I was like, we should get Jim and Liz on together and have them go and actually build out a whole bunch of the copy and webinar stuff for Liz live on this webinar, because it'd be fun for everyone to kind of see it happen live. So Liz, first off, are you on the line right now? Make sure you're here.
I am. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I know it's early for you right now.
It is. It's super early, but it's so good.
Awesome. Well, what I want to do then is I'm going to pass the screen over to Jim, and then I want Jim to kind of explain what you guys have been doing behind the scenes, and we're going to write a whole bunch of copy for. Are you excited to get like most of your copy done live right now in front of everybody?
Holy bejeebus, dude. Are you kidding me right now? This is the thing that costs the most time, dude.
Awesome. So let me do this, Jim. Are you ready for me to pass it over to you?
I am. Pass the torch.
All right.
I got two extra screens for Christmas, so now
Make sure it's on the
I
right
gotta
one.
make sure it's on the right one. So you guys should be able to see my screen, and this is the dashboard for Funnel Scripts. And just real quick, basically what Funnel Scripts is it's a collection of, right now, 31 online scripts and 4 downloadable wizards that do everything from write your Amazon e-com descriptions, your headlines, your bullets, your origin stories, your one-time offers, your who, what, why, how script, your Facebook ads, your stealth closes, your free reports, teasers and tweets, webinar follow-up, email sequences, all that stuff. I mean, I don't have time to go through all of them. And basically how it works is with the online scripts, you basically just fill in a form like you would with an email contact form. Can you guys hear me okay? Just real quick, everybody can still hear me, right? Okay. So you basically just fill out the form. So this is an example of the one we actually did for Liz, and we'll explain why. But this one will help you come up with profitable titles for products and presentations and stuff. And you just fill out the form and you whack the submit button. You don't just click the submit button, you whack the submit button. That's what we do. And then it comes up with, in this case, hundreds of different ideas for titles, as well as it'll generate potentially available domain names as well. And so all of them work that way. You basically fill in a form, whack a button, and it gives you the result. So it'll create, like I said, everything from titles to headlines to Facebook ads to stealth scripts to Brunson bullets to webinar follow-up sequences to Seinfeld emails. And then I got a couple of neat things I want to show you here. But when Liz and I got together on the phone, the first thing that we wanted to do was actually go through that whole perfect webinar process, right? Liz?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
This is awesome, by the way. Everyone, my mind was blown. This is cool.
So basically, all we did was we went through with the perfect webinar wizard and we answered all the questions. And it took about, if we hadn't been visiting and fooling around, it probably would have taken about 40 to 45 minutes to fill the thing out. Once you're done filling it out, then with this particular wizard, this creates not only your entire perfect webinar presentation and the actual slide decks. I'll do it here for you real quick. Just got to find a place. Oh, well, I'll just save it right here. This creates all of your slides. So in this case, this created her entire perfect webinar presentation. And if you have ever tried to do that, and it needs basically it'll create the entire first draft for you. If you've ever tried to do that process, it takes a while.
Oh, it takes days, weeks for me typically.
Right. And so this will even write your it'll write your opt-in video script, and all of it just point and click. Somebody asked, does this work? And by the way, this is live. People keep asking, is this live? Is this recorded? No, I'm live right now. I took my pulse while Russell was talking. It's live. This will work on PC and Mac. All of this works on PC and Mac. So this right here, this will write your this will write the script for your opt-in video for your perfect webinar. It'll write the opt-in page script. It'll output it in text, in Word document. It'll even do all the closes for you. And somebody said, what niches does this work in? It'll work in any niche. As long as your niche is about selling somebody a solution to their problem or helping them satisfy their desires, then all of these scripts will work for you. It doesn't matter if it's B2C, B2B, it doesn't matter. This is all based on proven copywriting principles. So one of the things that we ran into with Liz was the first thing I asked her was, hey, what's the title of your webinar? And that was kind of like, well, I know what you talk about what, it was kind of muddled, right, Liz?
Yeah, definitely, because this is for a new high-ticket coaching program that I'm rolling out at the moment. So it was a little bit different because I've changed my branding up. So look, can I just be really, really honest with everyone here and say that I get it. If you're sitting there going, yeah, whatever, like Liz has gone and done all of her webinars before, like Liz knows how to do this. Even I was skeptical of funnel scripts. So like what Jim and I came up with the other day was absolutely, like I was blown away, literally blown away with this.
So we came up with the Ultimate Kapow Success Blueprint, 3 secrets to create systematic profits, ultimate freedom, and enjoy more peace in your life. That's pretty good. I really like that title.
That's good.
So the next thing that we needed to come up with were some headlines. So we did the same thing. Again, we just fill out the form and we whack the button and it comes up with our headlines. Now, the cool thing that this does is it also comes up with not only headlines, but it will segment, it'll give you hot, warm, and cold headlines as well. And we don't have time to go into the difference between hot, warm, and cold, but this is a big distinction and one of the reasons why the script works so well, because it gives you what you need for all types of traffic. So the cool thing is that this is kind of like a little wheel of fortune thing here. You can keep whacking the button until you find one that you like. So, you know, warm to create systematic profit tactics, coaching, how to make more money online without the struggle. Now you can make more money online without the struggle with Ultimate Kapow Mastermind and Coaching, just like these successful ideapreneurs do. That's a good one. And then also we have over 100 down here divided into different categories, and any of them that you like, you can just whack the copy button. You know, the truth about how to make more money online without the struggle and avoid getting bogged down in tech details. That's actually a really good headline. So we wrote a bunch of headlines and then we were like, okay, we need to do some Facebook ads because we're going to need to advertise this thing. So what this does is, again, you just fill out the form and you whack the button, and this will make all the components for creating as many Facebook ads as you want. I've had several copywriters tell me that this is their secret weapon, because what it does, instead of giving you, you know, here's your ad, this is the only ad, it gives you the components to be able to assemble as many ads as you want. So it writes your headline, your post text, and your description, but it also, again, divides it up into hot, warm, and cold traffic. So that's another really key distinction here. So this will write all your ads for your Facebook. And then when we want to do some content marketing, we can use what are called stealth close scripts. These are real under the radar things that basically you can put sales copy into stuff that doesn't normally have sales copy, whether it's your newsletters, whether it's your Facebook posts, whether it's your YouTube videos, whatever. And again, we just fill out the form and we whack the button. And now we got all these really cool closes that we can add. You know, like here's one. By the way, if you really want to build peaceful profits, the Kapow Business Hacking Checklist, how to reverse engineer any business, lays it all out for you. Check it out here at ultimatekapow.com/webinar. Boom. Matt's going to get people's attention. So this will work for both paid and free stuff.
I just want to say real quick, as you're going through this, like, I don't know how many of you guys, like, you start writing copy or Facebook ads or email or stuff, and you start with a blank sheet, and I don't know, I sit there, I'll stare at it for like 10 minutes, like, this is blank. I don't know how to start this thing. You know, and like, if nothing else, like just idea generation, like boom, 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 you whack the button a few times, you're like, oh my gosh, there's a headline, there's a thing, and like, it's like it's like having someone sitting over your shoulder, like, no, write this, no, write this, how about this? You know, it's
here's
so cool.
Here's the biggest problem anybody has. What do you see on my screen right now? Just a blinking white cursor. Open that up and say, okay, write a teaser, write a sales letter, write an ad, write a webinar, write an opt-in page. You know, it's just not going to happen. Somebody also asked, how often is this updated over time? Like all marketing eventually becomes white noise. Are you guys constantly updating? That's actually not true. The principles of great sales copy have never changed and will never change. And what Funnel Scripts does is Funnel Scripts helps you to isolate the important ideas that need to be conveyed to your target audience. And then we apply those ideas to proven sales formulas that we know work. So that's, we keep it updated by making sure that it's evergreen and timeless. That's the key. There's no ninja stuff here. This is the real deal. And that's why it took a year to put together instead of just slapping it together as some kind of, you know, warrior forum offering or something. So here's this, writing bullets. Brunson bullets. So you just go through, you fill in the thing, and all of a sudden you've got 12 groovy, cool bullets. So Kapow coaching key number 1 helps you build peaceful profits in your business, get you more predictability in your business results, makes it easy to systematize your entire business and put it on 100% autopilot, gives you the confidence to throw yourself in your business 100% and know you'll get results. So it helps you write bullets. With your webinar, and somebody says, will this work for industrial supplies? This will work for any physical product, any service, any software, anything. Again, if it solves a problem for somebody or if it satisfies a desire, this works. We've used it for everything from dating to supplements to, I'm even going to say products related to incontinence, and it works very well. So now Liz is going to need some emails to follow up with her webinar. So let's write all of Liz's follow-up webinar emails right now. Boom, just wrote them. Somebody said, will this work for hearing aids? Yeah, probably not if you use an audio sales letter, but I bet if you use a video sales letter, it'll work. So, here's your follow-up email, Kapow, Jim, follow-up from tonight's webinar, time sensitive. Hey, woohoo, what a great webinar that was. Thanks to you, as I promised, there's a ton of actionable ideas and tips to help you, including how you absolutely can enjoy the success you want by creating an online program and selling it to a rabid audience 100% on autopilot, and understand why. You don't have to struggle. You can model what other people are doing successfully and systematically in their flow state. So this has got all the follow-up emails and tweets and Facebook posts and stuff for her webinar.
So insanely cool.
If she wants to do some Seinfeld follow-up, some email topics, can't really write those emails for you because they're coming out of your brain, but I can sure give you over 100 different things to get your mind going about what you want to do. Here are 3 insider systematic profit tips every ideapreneur needs to know. Boom, write your Seinfeld email off of that.
Can I interrupt for a second? Because this is huge. Russell, how many nights have you sat up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to think of copy to write for your emails, right?
So many.
So many, dude. Me too. Like, I'm sitting here right now. I'm so excited to be actually looking at this right now going, this is like a huge solution. This is huge.
And it's got, you'd never run out. And again, if you just want to change, if you didn't want to talk about system, you could just put in like business building. And everything changes. Now everything's changed. What are 5 business building tips an experienced entrepreneur can use immediately? Boom. Now we also, like I said, I showed you originally, we got 4 downloadable wizards. I showed you the perfect webinar wizard. We also have the VSL wizard, which will write an entire VSL for you. You'll fill this out in about 10 or 15 minutes and it does an entire VSL for you, including your, in 2 different versions, the Great Big Promise and the Problem Agitate Solve. It'll do it in text. It'll do it in a docx file that works in Word and Pages, Pages, and it'll work, PPTX that'll work in PowerPoint, Keynote, Google Docs, OpenOffice, any of that stuff. And literally it's as easy as just clicking the button, clicking build, and there you go. This is an entire video sales letter for a dating service. We did this one live on the Funnel Scripts training, and the guy that we did it for was, please God, send that to me. Oh, damn. He's like begging me, did not want to get off with that until I agreed to email him the thing. We also have the easy survey script, which goes along with a really cool new feature that's in ClickFunnels that will create your entire survey output for you in just one click. I can't spell survey, but by golly, we can do it. And this is actually the example of the one we did on the last Funnel Fridays. We have this one I'm the most proud of. This is the one that took me a year to figure out. I took Russell's Star Story Solution script, which, by the way, I had this memorized, okay? It starts on page 182 of the .com Secrets book and goes all the way to page 193. This creates the entire Star Story Solution sales copy pattern that will build out in text. It'll do it as a Word doc, and it will build it out as PowerPoint slides so that you can do it as a video sales letter. This is amazing what this does.
So amazing.
and I'll just show you. And this was the one that we did for the example of a speaker thing. So it has, I have two outputs for it, one with the actual sections. You need to read the book. If you've never read the book, if you've read the book, you know how amazing this is. But I have two versions, one with the section headers and one without the section headers, so you can really, you know, follow along in the book and know what to do. But this is amazing. I've actually used this myself because I was just like, this is so amazing. I've got to use it. So the one thing I want to show you, and I'm going to preface this by saying that this now you're going to get the preview of the new script engine. Okay. This has not been deployed across all of Funnel Scripts yet. It will be over the next month. My plan is to have this, you know, fully implemented across Funnel Scripts by the end of next month. Okay. But we have revamped everything. So I showed you the headline script here, and I showed you how this one worked, right? You can whack the button and it'll reload the headlines there and some other stuff. But check this out, and anybody who's already a Funnel Script subscriber, this should get you excited. So we've changed a little bit the look and feel of the input. I think it's easier to read and easier to deal with. You come down here, you whack the build button, and neat thing that this does now. Let me show you. So we see we got our hot, warm, cold headlines. Watch this. Instead of having to whack the build button, I can whack individual parts of the headline and it'll reload them. So at last, Ideapreneur, you know, it'll reload. At last, free Ultimate Kapow Mastermind and Coaching. Make more money online without the struggle, guaranteed. Let's say you don't like the other one.
Wow.
So discover free Ultimate Kapow, guaranteed, and then I can today. So I can reload individual parts.
What? I haven't even seen this
of
yet,
it.
Jim.
No, I know you hadn't. So watch this. I'm going to click the little copy button. No, dig this. This is really cool. All right. I can click this little shopping cart button. Look here. It adds it to the clip bin. So now it's in the clip bin, and this travels across all the scripts. So right here, we've got our headline, right? So, and it loads all the other ones, and you can add any of these that you want to the clip bin as much as you want, or you can just copy it directly, you know, and it'll copy it to your clipboard. And then, you know, I just copied that one and I paste it in here. But dig this. This is so cool. So here's another one. This is one I haven't released yet. I'm going to release this one on the next training we do in Funnel Scripts. But I just made a whole new script, feature, benefit, meaning, bullet scripts. So this complements the Brunson bullet scripts, which are more for Brunson boxes when you're using them with VSLs. But a lot of people need to make more in-depth bullets. So what this does is this helps you create, and I've found that 5 bullets is really sufficient. 5 butt-kicking bullets are much better than 15 mediocre bullets. So this helps you make bullets that are super, super compelling. It'll make 5 of them at a time. And we whack the button, and then, so look at this. Start with the Kapow Quick Start call, so you're able to get your mind on straight right from the start, which means you'll get your financial freedom project on track immediately. You can reload the connector copy, so they don't all just say, you know, so you can, which means kind of stuff. So you can do that. So now I can add all of these to the clip bin, and then imagine I can come up here, I can download everything, and I can now just run over to ClickFunnels and copy and paste in my headline, copy and paste in all my bullets, and my page is done. So the other cool thing that this will do, and this is new, is now we can save our project. So I can save this project to my desktop, okay? And then I can upload it when I can come back later, and let's say I just do a new project, everything's gone. So I can come down here and I can load the project. I have to grab it from my downloads and I didn't save it as something else, but it'll load it, And there it is again. So if you have something where any project for a specific script that you're using and you want to use it over and over and just change a few things, now you can just load it up and you don't have to retype everything every time. And so you can even download all the results if you want to, or use the clip in or whatever. So those are the some of the version 2.0 features that we built in, we've been working on for the last year, listening to everybody. And somebody saying, "Save project, yes, yes, yes," all caps. So that's, and I've got a bunch of other stuff that we're working on. And but I got to tell you guys, I mean, over the last year, we have added 9 online scripts. We've added 3 downloadable scripts. Originally, I promised that we'd do something new once a quarter and stuff. And so we have really concentrated on adding and making this tool amazingly helpful for you guys. And this has really been, I mean, I've really fallen in love with this project. This is my main thing in my life now that I work on. Because I just love it so much, because so many people have been coming up and telling me how much it's changed their lives. And when we were at Funnel Hacking Live, people were saying, it's the most amazing thing I've ever done. And just thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyway, that's funnel scripts. That's some of the new stuff. And that's what you can look forward to as we're rolling these features out. And so that's what I got, Russell.
Man, you even shocked me. Like, you've been holding back on me, man. I didn't know what half that new stuff was either. So that's so amazing. Now, I want to just stress from my side, and I'd love to have Liz chime in as well. Like, I've done probably more webinars from scratch than anybody on earth. I've done more like emails from scratch. I've done all those things so much, and I know like the time and effort that goes into it. I know for me to create a webinar, it's typically at least a week to 2 week long process of me sitting in front of PowerPoint, going slide by slide, like blank slide after blank slide, trying to think, okay, what's the next step? What's the next thing in the script? And I know when you and Liz kind of went through this and built out the first draft, the Perfect Webinar Wizard, like how long did you guys actually spend going through the questions and getting those pieces in?
So I'll answer. Oh well, I'll answer that one really quickly here. So we were talking, we were gas bagging a little bit too, but in terms of exact time that we probably spent on it was around 45 minutes.
And Liz, on average, when you do a webinar from scratch, what's your timeline?
Well, oh my gosh, dude, yeah, it's about 5 years to get a really good webinar these days. So, like in all honesty, to get a really good webinar, to get a really good webinar, it's around 2 weeks, dude.
Yeah, same thing. That's awesome. So and obviously you still go and add pictures and clean it up and things like that, but for the most part, like it gives you the foundation, and then like everything else Jim showed, it gives you the follow-up emails, the headlines, the video copy for the landing page, the ads for the Facebook, like you'd have to have.
Can I honestly tell you what I really honestly think about this? It's like when Jim had that white piece of paper up there before with that blinking cursor, it's like you can't get inspired with that. Like it's like you can't really get into the thinking process. Whereas when you jump into funnel scripts, it's like this really cool mastermind that starts to go on in your head. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, and it's like you've got 5 people in your office with you giving you that direct feedback about what's really cool. So A, I love it for that, and B, I just love it because it's so simple, dude.
No, it's so cool.
And there's all kinds of other stuff. I mean, I've been showing you down the dashboard, but we've got the funnel script blueprints. So if you have a particular type of funnel that you want to set up, the cool thing is that not only do we show you how that works, but we have links to each script that you need to do each part. So all you do is just pull up the blueprint of whatever it is you're trying to make, and then you just click on the particular script, you fill out the form, you whack the button, you copy and paste, and you're done. And we've got a bunch of other training and stuff in there. And the other thing I want to just point out is that every month we do a new training. So you get, you get really good training every single month from me on how to do this. And normally we'll take somebody from the audience and we'll actually use the script on them in the during the live session. So I mean, this really does work.
Very cool. How many of you guys watching in are freaking out, excited about funnel scripts? Either people who are already using funnel scripts, excited about the new stuff, or people who are brand new who are like, oh my gosh, this is literally going to completely transform everything I do and make it so much easier. All right, I wish all you guys could see this. We got everyone's going crazy. Oh, so cool. All right, I'm excited. Well, do you mind, Jim, if I jump in? I want to make everyone an offer. Are you okay if I jump in and kind of share with everybody how to get started with funnel scripts? I think that's the next thing. Is okay. I'm in. What do I do? What do I need to do?
I think that's great. And just thank you, Liz, very much for being here today and sharing your experience. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, and thank you for creating this, dude. Like, seriously, life changer.
Awesome. We appreciate it, Liz. I know it's super early for you and just grateful for you. And hopefully that new webinar you guys wrote will make you $1 bajillion or more. So that's obviously my goal for it. All right. So I'm going to jump in then. So we kind of walked through three things, right? We showed you guys that the number one reason why your funnel isn't converting is your copy. And I hope that you guys all understand that, because it's the copy and everything, from the ad to the email to the upsells to the landing page to the that's the piece. That's what you're missing. Number two is that you don't have to hire a world-class copywriter because it's expensive, and for the most part, even when you're paying 20 grand of sales there, it doesn't guarantee anything. And number three, you don't have to become a world-class copywriter because you've got funnel scripts. It's the tool that all of us are using every single day. All the people that I know that are having success, like, it's the tool that we're all using. Okay, and it's called, like we said, funnel scripts. Now I'm gonna walk you guys through a special offer Jim and I put together for you guys so you can get started and start using it. So here's what you're gonna get when you guys get started with funnel scripts today. The first thing you're gonna get is a 12-month account to funnel scripts. That's the software, everything you just saw right now, you have access for 12 full months. Now, I want to stress that this is like the product that keeps on giving. I've watched as Jim, every single month, has come out new scripts, new things, new training. Like, it's not just a static program like we created once and we walk away. Like, Jim spends his time and effort making this thing more amazing every single day. So it's like every time I log in, like, the scripts are new, there's new stuff. It's like this evolving, growing machine. And you guys will have access for 12 full months, so you can write all the sales letter, all the copy, everything you need inside of your business. Now, inside of this, you're gonna be able to create your sales copy, your video scripts, your advertising scripts, your content creation scripts, your email scripts, your headline, title, subject line, sales letter scripts, and like you saw, a whole bunch more. How many scripts total, Jim, do we have right now if you look at everything inside of there?
There are 31 scripts and there are 4 downloadable wizards, but I have 4 additional scripts that we have not released yet, and more on my board. I mean, there's no fear, there's plenty more here.
Awesome. So any situation you're like, oh, like the other day we had someone like, oh man, well, does the right copy for like Amazon listings? Jim's like, hold on, spend like a day or two with the best Amazon dude on earth, and now we got a script that helps you write your Amazon list. Like, it keeps on getting better and better. The other cool thing is when you have funnel scripts, you're not going to have to suffer from low conversion rates. You're not going to have to hire expensive copywriters. You're not going to have to learn to write copy yourself, which is the number one thing, because it's not an easy thing to learn. Now, once again, as you saw, this is what you're going to have to do. Fill in the blanks, hit the button, and copy and paste. Like, that's it. Okay. I was looking at the copywriters I used to hire pre-funnel scripts. They would send me this huge questionnaire I had to fill out. Usually it's like 20 pages long. It was more questions than I had to fill out inside of funnel scripts. And then they go take and spend the next 6 weeks writing the sales letter, and then they give it back to you, and they're like, okay, here you go. And that they don't write the ads or the emails, and it's just like, here's the one thing. And you fill in less blanks in funnel scripts, and then you get everything, all the pieces you need to create an amazing funnel. And then step number 4 is you are good to go. Okay, next thing you're gonna get is the Perfect Webinar Wizard. The Perfect Webinar, like, it's something that I spent 12 years of my life developing. Most of the people in my inner circle have become masters at it now. In fact, we do full 3-day events just working on the Perfect Webinar, helping people understand it. Like, this process works, and the Perfect Webinar Wizard gives you the ability to create it in, like Liz said earlier, 45 minutes as opposed to 2 weeks. The Perfect Webinar Wizard will write your webinar. It writes the promotional emails, the follow-up emails, it writes your ads, and so much more. Like, this is, I can't think of a better gift we can give anybody than this. Like, it's so amazing. Now, does the Perfect Webinar work? Yes. Here's some testimonials of people that have gone through this. I'm not going to read these all, but Joe Lavery, who's a genius in marketing conversions, he said, he went through, he said, look, every slide, every section, every word is crafted intentionally. The sequence, the stack, the FAQs, the video testimonials, every objection planned for and obliterated. Like, all those things he's talking about all came from the Perfect Webinar. Like, it's not something that I made up different. Like, it's all inside of there. Okay, Natasha Hazlett, she used the Perfect Webinar. This is a text message she sent me. Well, it worked. $997 sales, 23% conversion rate from stage. She wrote a webinar, did it on stage, and then she said, I'm so pumped. Literally learned this Perfect Webinar thing 2 freaking weeks ago. Already made $11K in sales from outrageous. You're my new hero. So, and she had to go, in this situation, this is before the wizard, she went and had to map out and create all the slides herself. Like, you guys can do it in even less time. And this is one of my buddies, he texted me, said 9K in a webinar today. It's like playing a video game with the cheat codes. Like that's what this is like, you guys, is playing the video game with the cheat codes. So what you're gonna get is 12-month account to Funnel Scripts. It's a $5,000 value. Perfect Webinar Wizard, total value of $5,994. Then we're going to give you, and this is one that Jim spent a year painstakingly creating. I know because he kept yelling at me during the process. The closest alternative to this one, I know one person that sells a webinar software that's, I don't think it's as good, but it's the next best option besides the Star Story Solution Wizard. It sells currently today for $5,000. Some of you guys probably have that. I know exactly. You guys are going to get the Star Story Solution Wizard for free when you invest in Funnel Scripts. You're not going to pay the $5,000 you have to do for an inferior product. Like it's literally, you get it for free. And this is a labor of love from Jim for over a year, and it's amazing. I can't even like tell you how amazing it is for any video sales letter that you're trying to create. Like it's the best. It goes through, this is the Star Story Solution script from a .com Secrets book. It basically asks you all the questions. You whack the button, as Jim would say. You click the button, you whack the button, and out comes the entire script. So you're gonna get the 12-month account to Funnel Scripts, Perfect Webinar Wizard, Star Story Solution Wizard, total value of $6,291. Then you're also gonna get the Easy Survey Script Wizard. All these wizards are cool. Like it takes them so much time to make it, but this allows you to do survey scripts. Like this is the future. If you look at the new ClickFunnels homepage in about 30 days from now, it's going to be using this script and then the ClickFunnels, the survey element, the new survey element. Like this is the future of where internet marketing is going, is surveys. It's being able to drive traffic to a survey, figuring out who people are and selling to them based on who they actually are. The hardest part is like, what do you say in the questions? How do you do it? We went through and Stephen Larson here on my team, he went through and he funnel hacked probably like 30 or 40 different surveys and figured out like what was the commonality, what was the theme, what was the pattern amongst all of them. We gave all the data to Jim. Jim then spent the next 30, 45 days in his laboratory building it out, and he came out with this wizard that makes it so that you can go and create all the questions for your surveys, and it's amazing. Legitimately is. Like it's hard to figure out the right survey questions to get the right response and to segment people the right way, and this wizard does it now for you. So you guys will also get that for free. It creates surveys just like this one we created right here. Like it's awesome. Okay, you're also gonna get the funnel templates. So opt-in funnels, sales funnel, webinar funnels, invisible funnels, free plus shipping funnels, all the funnel templates you guys are gonna get. So that way you can go and if you want a thing, you click on a button, it creates the whole thing, and now you just go and plug in your copy into the funnel templates that go right into ClickFunnels. You can get the funnel blueprints like Jim showed you, which basically you say, look, I want to do a sales webinar. You click on the button, it shows you all the pages and which scripts you need for each page. You just click on the blue thing, it takes you to the script, you write the thing, come back, plug it in, and it's like, I don't know how we can make this any easier for anybody. Like there's no more reason for anyone to not have success. Like this process has become so simple with funnel scripts. Okay, so we're going to get a 12-month account Funnel Scripts, Perfect Webinar Wizard, Star Story Solution Wizard, our 5 fast funnel templates, our Funnel Script blueprints, total value $8,485. Now, we're not going to charge you guys that, although that is a lot less than one sales letter from a typical copywriter. But if we did charge you that, and instead of having to spend all this time stressing out in front of blank pieces of the paper, and instead you could just have your copy written, would it be worth it? Okay, I can't even tell you guys how much it is. I was showing you guys before how even if you go to Upwork, you're looking at $200 to $300 an hour for somebody to write copy for you. Like this is something they'll write copy for an entire year for you, and it's amazing. So don't worry, we're not going to charge you that. We're not going to charge you $20,000 I pay for my sales letters, or the $15,000 I paid for this one, or $15,000 for that one, or that one, or that one. We're going to give you guys. We're not going to charge you $8,485 either. We're going to get everything here: the Funnel Scripts software, the Perfect Webinar, Easy Sales Funnel, Star Story Solution, and all the other wizards Jim showed you for just one payment of $497 per year. So that means for the next 12 months, you have basically a team of copywriters sitting inside of Funnel Scripts writing copy for you for the same cost. If you were to go to Upwork, you get 1 hour from a professional copywriter, 1 hour, or you get an entire year to write all of the copy for all the funnels for everything you're trying to do. And that's kind of how it works. Now, there's a lot of other dumb things you can spend $497 on. In fact, Jim and I were looking ahead of time, and I was like, what else could people spend that $497 on if they don't think that this is the greatest investment on planet Earth? And so he found a life-size Yoda doll.
I own all of these.
Did you really buy it?
No.
So that's a life-size Yoda, $500. That's actually a little more expensive, which that actually is pretty cool. In fact, I may buy one of those now. That's pretty sweet. This one right here was a full-size Fight Club Brad Pitt. It's the same price as Yoda, which is crazy because it's a lot taller, I think. Maybe it's not life-size. This creepy baby doll head thing which I'm pretty sure Jim has or he will have for one of our future Funnel Friday episodes. Like that is $497. So like, these are the other things you can blow at $500 on, or you can use it to completely transform your business. Now, the dumbest thing you can spend the money on, and this is even more ridiculous than what we just talked about, is sending traffic to a funnel that doesn't convert. How many of you guys spend $100 a day, $500 a day, $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day on Facebook ads or Google, things like that, and you're driving to funnels that don't convert? Okay, like that's the most ridiculous thing possible. It's happening every single day. I have so many friends who go and they get their funnel up and they live and they hire someone to drive traffic. The person drives traffic, like, hey, it's not converting. It's like, and then they blame the traffic person. It's like, no, it's not the traffic person, it's you. It's your funnel. It's the copy on your pages that's not working. If you're spending money on ads to a funnel that doesn't convert, you're literally lighting cash on fire. Okay, and I don't think you guys have done that before. It's a sad, depressing thing. I did it one time just to see. Like, go get a $100 bill out of your wallet and light it on fire. That's what you're doing if you're sending traffic to a funnel that doesn't convert, okay? That's why it's so important you guys get funnel scripts. So right now you got two options. Number one is do nothing and suffer from bad conversions forever, literally light money on fire for the rest of your life. Or number two is pull the extra change out of your pocket, and for under $500, have all your copy needs taken care of forever, okay? Now, Jim and I have a belief that if we can't make you money, we don't deserve yours, so this is what that means. It means that you guys can go in there to funnel scripts. And you got 30-day guarantee. It means you can sign up, log in, and use it. Go build a perfect webinar, build your emails, write your copy, do your headlines. Like, just go in there for 30 days, have fun. Go to all your funnels, go to your clients' funnels, go to your friends' funnels, redo all their copy, and just see if it outconverts it. In fact, if you want to become really good friends with somebody, find somebody you admire, you respect, who's got a funnel that looks okay. Go into funnel scripts, rewrite all their copy, and contact them. And tell them that you rewrote all their copy and you want to test it. Plug it in, and I guarantee you will beat their control 9 times out of 10. And you will become their biggest fan. They'll become your biggest fan forever. So you have 30 days, though, to go in there and build as many scripts as you want for yourself, for friends, for clients. And if it doesn't work for you, if some reason the copy doesn't convert or doesn't work or whatever that might be, let us know, and we will be more than happy to give you your money back. So the real question is this. How much would it be worth to you to finally have a funnel that converts without having to spend $15,000 to $20,000 every time you need a new sales letter? I think that's it. That's what you guys got to figure out. So one last recap: what you're gonna get: 12-month account to funnel scripts, perfect webinar wizard, Star Source solution wizard, 5 fast funnel templates. That's hard to say. Funnel scripts blueprint, total value $8,485. Plus, we've been getting insane amounts of testimonials. We did a testimonial contest a little while ago, and we don't have all of them here, but a couple ones. This was somebody Roger sent saying, I was watching the webinar, beg you to raise the price. A few thousand might be. This is incredible. I can literally double my clients pumping out sales letters like this. So what he's doing is he bought it and he's writing sales letters for other people using funnel scripts. This is Eric. Eric says, funnel scripts is by far the coolest thing I've purchased so far in internet marketing. 18 years doing this, all the heat maps and analytics packages and SCM and backline, everything. This is the most advantageous IM software yet. Well done, team. Do you want to talk about the last two here, Jim? I know these are ones that you got sent over that are awesome.
This one literally I got yesterday, the first one. Tim says, just on Facebook, I put up a video. I was teaching something, and he says, gold is always, Jim, I recently increased the click-through rate on an opt-in rate, opt-in rate for a recent webinar by using funnel scripts generated cold market copy. So he was going after people who had no idea who he was. So cold traffic, how'd you do? And he had a 400% increase in opt-in. He says it changed from a ghost town to Broadway, and that was awesome. And he came back and said, well, thanks to funnel scripts for making it so easy to create the headlines and Facebook ads to match the target market. So that's the kind of stuff that just makes me feel incredible, because to go from one level that you're just kind of muddling along and then all of a sudden have a 400% increase, I mean, that would change anybody's business. Yeah. So, and then this one we just got from a buddy of mine, Craig Perrine, who's a professional copywriter, and he said, hey Jim, gotta give you guys major props as a copywriter for more than 20 years. Time is my scarcest resource. He's tried several script tools, which I told him not to mention, and they actually wasted my time. I couldn't help being a little skeptical at first, but I've used funnel scripts for over a year now, and it's become like a trusted sidekick. Keep adding more. And so, I mean, that's a professional. And this guy makes his living as a professional copywriter. And the one thing I want to tell you again, at Funnel Hacking Live, I cannot tell you how many people came up to me and said, hey, Jim, I'm a professional copywriter and I love funnel scripts. Funnel Scripts is awesome, but don't tell anybody I told you that. So I was like, hey, can I get a testimonial? Heck no, because I don't want my clients to know I'm using it. So yeah, this has really changed a lot of people's lives in the last year, and you definitely want to jump on this.
Yeah, like if literally, so you guys understand, if you hire one of the $15,000, $20,000 guys, like most of them are running it through Funnel Scripts first and then tweaking it from there. Like that's the reality right now. So you guys know the secret now. You know the source of all this stuff, and it's all inside of Funnel Scripts. So just one last thing, you guys. Now is the time to get started. Again, this is like the biggest no-brainer offer in the history of the internet. But to get Funnel Scripts, a 12-month account to Funnel Scripts, a perfect webinar wizard, Star Story Solution Wizard, 5 fast funnel templates, Funnel Script blueprints, all the other funnels Jim showed you, all the new stuff that's happening, all the updates he will make over the 12 months. And last year, how many updates did you make in the last 12 months since we did this webinar live last time?
Well, 11 plus going in and tweaking scripts. I mean, 11 new scripts and downloadable wizards plus uncountable tweaks and stuff.
Yeah, so it just keeps on giving us. It's not something that, like you said earlier, like one of those things you buy and then no one ever updates it or supports it or anything. Like Jim is supporting it and making it more amazing every single day. And you can ask.
Well, the one thing you don't have on here is that every month we do training. I mean, the training that we do every month, if you want to look at it that you're buying the training and getting Funnel Scripts for free, I don't care how you look at it. You're getting training with me every single month that the training is worth $100 a month. So that's something that's not even on here, but you're getting training every single month with me, walking you through how to use Funnel Scripts, demoing the new scripts, doing examples and demos with people live from the studio audience. So I mean, that's something that's not even on here that is, to me, a huge deal that you guys really need to be aware of. That you can get on the webinar and ask me questions directly. I mean, how cool is that? Do you mind if we over-deliver?
Yeah, you guys okay with that?
You okay with that?
That's awesome. And all the support, all the training, you archive the training in the members area, right? Someone's asking, where's the training?
Yeah, you can go in there when you join right now, when you join this minute, you can go in and start watching all the past trainings right now before we do the next one. It's available for you, all of them.
That's awesome. Cool. So for about the price of 1 hour of time for a traditional copy work, or not even like a bad copywriter on Upwork, you guys get Funnel Scripts for an entire year. So again, you get a 12-month account for Funnel Scripts, Perfect Webinar Wizard, Star Story Solution Wizard, 5 fast funnel templates, Funnel Scripts Blueprint, live training every single month with Jim, new scripts coming all the time. But all you guys gotta do right now to get access to all that stuff is open up a new browser window and you go to funnelscripts.com/go. And this is the secret sign-up link you guys have. And when you go there, you sign up, and literally in the next 10 minutes, you can be in there creating scripts for your funnels. In fact, if you have a funnel right now that's struggling, I recommend go in Funnel Scripts immediately. Try rewriting the headline. Just plug a couple things in, and most of you guys will make your money back before the end of the day today just by tweaking your existing stuff that you have. Most people I know don't have luxury of having a full-time copywriter sitting in their office all the time. That's what this is. This is making you or someone on your team becoming that full-time copywriter. You can take someone on your team who's maybe underperforming or not worth that much money to you, or whatever it might be, and hey, tell them to say you're in charge of Funnel Scripts. Every day I want you to log in and find, create 3 new headlines for us to split test, or 5 new subject lines we can try and email. That person will become like the most profitable, most valuable employee on your team if they just play in this every single day, and they will love it, and it'll just dramatically increase your business day after day after day. And so that's kind of the offer, you guys. It's super easy. It's simple. It's not complications. It's a 12-month account to Funnel Scripts, $497 per year. You just go to funnelscripts.com/go, and that's about it. Jim, anything else you wanna mention or kind of go through before we wrap it up for today?
I would just say that we're really committed to helping you guys to succeed with creating your sales copy, your custom content, all of the things that Funnel Scripts does. Many of the scripts that we've added have been because of suggestions and requests from our subscribers. So if there's a script in there that you say, hey, it'd be cool if it did this, you let me know. If there's something that we don't have that you say, hey, can you make a script that'll do this? We'll be doing that. Like, people have been asking, hey, I need follow-up emails. So we're going to have a big emphasis now on creating scripts to help you write follow-up emails for a whole bunch of different circumstances like one that I'm putting the finishing touches on right now is for an abandoned cart email sequence that people have been asking for. So we'll be adding that in the near term future. So lots of cool stuff that's on the way, always being added. This is a very active program. This is not something like Russell said that we just created and walked away from. This is my baby, and I make sure that it's always up and humming and running right. And that training every month to help you, and always upgrading the engine and all that. This is definitely for $497. It should be $497 a month. It's worth that. So $497 a year for what you get. This is the best deal on the entire internet. And it's better than anything else you would see out there that doesn't even come remotely close to what Funnel Scripts does as far as creating copy and content for you quickly and easily.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, everyone, now is the time. If you've been thinking or waiting, now is the time. Go to funnelscripts.com/go and get your account. If you have any questions as well, if you see on the screen here, I've got our support email address. Our ClickFunnels support team is always here to answer questions as well. So if you have questions, email support@clickfunnels.com. But the biggest thing is just go in there, you guys, and just jump in. A bunch of you guys are saying, I was all in before, Russell, now I'm really all in. So it's good. Like it's something that I promise you guys, it'll amplify everything else that you guys are doing in your funnels. If you're an agency and you're doing this for other people, it'll make you look like a rock star. If you're just getting started and like struggling, like I promise you, if you're just getting started and you're trying to write copy on your own, it's going to be hard for you to ever get out of the struggling and starting spot. Like I told you at the very intro of this from Gary Halbert, like you're one sales letter away from being rich. Like that's truth. It's been truth for me multiple times. And but if you don't know how to write a sales letter, or if you don't have the money to hire a copywriter, like this is the solution. This is the new opportunity for you, is to be able to plug things in here and get amazing copy done the first time. And it's never. I just look at, even when I got started, like the cheapest copywriter I ever hired, I think when I first got started, was like $3,000 for an 8-page sales letter. So, and that was 10 years ago. Like this is, I can't even like tell you guys how amazing this is. And so I'm excited for you guys to have it. Everyone who's been in for the last year has had such dramatic results from it. In fact, we should just show video after video of all the people we've got that have had results. But the biggest thing for you guys is just get started. Like just go in there and play with it. If you don't like it for whatever reason, let us know. We'll give you your money back. But I promise you that, in fact, I would make it a challenge for all of you guys. If you have an existing funnel, set up a split test using copy from Funnel Scripts and see which one wins. And I bet 9 times out of 10, Funnel Script one destroys the one that you or your copywriter built the first time out the gate. And so there's my challenge for you. And but the biggest thing, guys, is just get started. Go to funnelscripts.com/go, get your account, have some fun with it, and jump on the trains with Jim. And then every Friday, we're doing Funnel Fridays every Friday, showing you guys how to use Funnel Scripts with ClickFunnels. And the price is just going to keep on going up. So now is the best time to get started and get in there. And that's kind of what I have. So anything else you want to leave people with, Jim, before we jump off?
Just remember, when you've got Funnel Scripts, you fill out the form, you whack the button, you copy and paste, and you're good to go. We can't make it any easier.
Awesome.
Do it today.
Cool. Well, thanks, Jim. Thanks, everybody. And we will see you guys inside the members area of Funnel Scripts.